about to figure that out. I don't know.
We're
I'm
live.
like, oh, we're live. Nice.
Yeah.
Let me look at what I've been listening to here and see if see.
Anything stands out to you?
Yeah, because I was trying to think, should I go like what I was listening to in Colorado since we're doing a Colorado beer, or do I set the vibe for the coming weekend?
I
But
mean, whatever you're vibing on, man. That's
yeah, because I was just listening to this song actually on my errands. I went full vibes on my running my errands this evening.
yeah, got real vibey with it.
Oh yeah.
It seems I could be wrong, but I believe Andy Man is with us.
Oh, Andy Man's already in.
I think I could be wrong. We could have another YouTube watcher.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there it is. What was the song? I gotta find the album for it. Was it this one? It was a deep cut. Yeah,
It
there it
was
is.
Andy Man. There it
There
is.
he is. Awesome. All right, Tom. Shit, I don't know where to go in this song, but man, I was vibing on it when I was out in Colorado. So I'm gonna do a Colorado staple for me 3 weeks ago in my headphones.
Okay,
And we'll talk about some Colorado beer tonight.
cool. I am down. I'm down for that.
Down with the
Ooh,
sickness.
going back to the well, huh? Wait, no, we didn't talk about this this song on the podcast. We were just talking about this band. I think
We did, and yeah, we can kind of reiterate back on that too. I completely forgot that that was the band.
but we talked about this on like just betwixt ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I meant betwixt ourselves about. I said to you, like, yeah, we talked about this band on the podcast. It was a video we watched,
Yes.
and it was funny because I've never seen the band. So
Okay.
seeing that, like, I discovered them musically, just like, this is a cool song. Like, I had no idea they were like that on like,
Hmm.
yeah, they were like that live. They're
Yeah, and
fucking
they're
weird,
like
dude.
that. They're like that on every song.
That dude's like that getting coffee. He probably
Yeah.
just walks in the coffee shop and freaks out.
Oh, got Pod and Super Bowl opening night. Go Birds.
Go
Go
birds.
Birds.
What was today the first like press day?
Yeah, I think so. Um
Hell yeah.
I'm not ready for it. Mentally, I'm not ready for it.
I'm not yeah, I gotta
I
say I
just
am I'm a wreck mentally.
yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that like I was not mentally in the right place for the Commanders game. Yeah, it is media night. I was not in the right place for the Commanders game. Like I was sweating that Commanders game all weekend.
Yeah.
And like everyone was talking about after the game, they're like, man, it was just a blowout. Eagles scorched them. I was like, that game, I never felt comfortable in that game until like the last like 3 minutes.
You know what? You're right. Because I felt like anything could happen.
Yeah, because they didn't really, I mean, they were up on them for most of the game, but
Yeah.
it was like I felt good after the first drive when Washington went downfield and it was a long drive, but only walked away with 3 points. I was like, oh man, that's a demoralizing drive. And
Yeah.
then, Saquon comes out and busts off a quick first
60
play of the
yarder.
game. Yeah. And then I think when the reserves came in, when Kenny Pickett trotted out there, I was like, okay, game's in hand.
You know, I was in the same boat. Even though we were winning, I was nervous because we were scorching them and they kept their starters in a little longer than I thought. And I'm like, okay, we've got the game, but I don't want anybody to get hurt now.
Yeah, and I just don't know. I don't know if it's just like because I was so nervous about the game and just like if it's just like the mentality that we as Eagles fans have. But like I just heard like like after the game, like I went on to I always frequent the NFC East Meme Wars subreddit.
Yeah,
And it was like, man, like all the Commanders fans were like, man, we just got an ass spanking. Like, I was like, man, was it really like an ass spanking? I know we ran up like 55 points, but again, it always felt closer than it actually was.
absolutely. Yeah, it felt that way. Also, we as Eagles fans, we look at the games, pessimistically. We're a Wawa fountain drink half empty, not half full. So
yeah, there you go. Okay. Dan, I'm not forgetting about my my quest to do this every podcast opening.
oh, did you find a good one?
Dan, my algorithm is beyond cooked. It's
It's infiltrating mine now too with everything you send me. Like my algorithm's starting to get weird. My like suggested for you on my
yes.
I get. It's funny because I will know when it's because of you.
It's yeah. I mean, it's so cooked. Like I don't
The
know how
videos
to.
just have a vibe, man.
I don't know how to dig myself out of this algorithm. But yeah, we'll keep it going for the sake of the podcast. We'll keep it going.
Let's do it.
All right. So this is Anthony James Key. He is a musician. This is day 29 of posting his song Until It Blows Up. So
he looks like one of the kids from Home Improvement.
he looks like an amalgamation of all three kids from Home Improvement.
Yeah, yeah, they all to the same person.
Yeah.
Day 29 of posting my song Key to My Heart Until It Blows Up.
Now, Dan, one of the worst punches I've ever seen. Where do you think this song's going to go? What do you think this song is going to sound like?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm actually at a loss right now. I don't know what this is going to sound like.
Do you think it's going to be like butt rock? Do you think it's going to be like country, hip hop, pop?
I think he's going to be a mumble rapper. I'm going mumble rapper.
All right. I do love the comment over here, Stuart from Mad TV.
That's a good one. Hold on, I gotta make my screen larger so I can read these along with you.
Look what I can do. All right, let's get into the song and then we can look at the comment section here. You are the key to my heart. Didn't see that one coming, did you, Dan?
I did not. Man, that hair is that is a look right there. That's like righteous gemstones right there.
Is he wearing the Trump shoes?
Are they the Trump shoes?
The gold Trump sneakers?
Oh man. He's on another level.
He looks like an Asian guy playing a white guy that is playing an Asian guy.
Like K-pop. He got like a boy band meets K-pop look to him.
Yeah, I get that. This is just
the fucking hoodie, man. It gets me every time.
It looks like it's shot on the set of Merv Griffin.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, it is like it's like the background looks like when Kramer made that that late night TV show and
he got the Merv Griffin show.
Yeah, it was the Merv Griffin one.
Merv Griffin set.
I was pretty sure it was that one, but I didn't want to say. I was like, yeah, that's the Kramer one.
It does look like that. And the really terrible thing is he paid these dancers in the background.
Like a horse girl's hair right there. It's like,
and room level, like he's on the set of The Room.
I'd hate to beat more like Seinfeld references, but he's got the ruffled shirt too.
Oh yeah, he's got the pirate shirt.
I know. I'm seeing a lot of like synchronicities with Seinfeld in this.
Yeah, but he does look like he's on the roof set of The Room. with the badly green screen city in the background.
It does look like that, yes. Oh, hi,
not-
Mark.
I did not hit her. It's bullshit. I did not.
It's now or never. 'Cause baby, without you I'll be locked away forever.
This is rough, man.
Holding that note a little long. I don't know what the theme of this is.
I want
Is
to lock him in that glass case of water and just walk away. Just close the top and take lunch.
So that was Anthony James Key.
Can your wife hear that through your headphones when you're watching it?
No, I wait till she goes to sleep to really get deep into my algorithm. I will say, Dan, got more likes on this video than we've ever gotten.
It's true.
So yeah, let's take a look at let's take a trip to the old comment section. Someone said, no, you didn't spend all this money. Did he reply? He did. Nope. I worked 2 jobs and saved for this. Oh, that said, get a refund.
Day 29 of being bashed in a comment section.
Oh my God. I mean, he commented, look what I can do. This is, at least he's going with it. It's the way you got to go at this. Hope it blows up in pieces. Like the fireworks on 4th of July. Good God. Please don't do things. Bro, no joke. Corey Feldman is always looking for openers. And that might be the best comment of it in the section.
Yeah, that would be
Man.
Him with like a Corey Feldman like guitar solo in the back would be
that'd be wonderful.
Oh, it'd be brutal, but it'd be hilarious.
Oh no. He's got the why are you gay guy. Why are you gay? Watching this is like eating a knockoff brand of Doritos that you got from the dollar store. It ain't it.
It's all right. It's a little wordy.
Yeah, a little too much. But yeah, that's I don't want to get too much more into this.
Yeah, we've got some discussions and
yeah,
some beer to
we
get
gotta
to.
keep these short and sweet.
Yeah,
just a little taste of my algorithm and the mess that it is.
Whew. It is something, Tom.
It certainly is something. Welp. All right. Well, we're here. We are here.
We're back. Another week.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get the audio going here. It's going to be hard to bounce back from that one.
Yeah, I'm rethinking a lot of life's decisions after that video. Tom, is your algorithm is just making me pity your phone.
I keep getting notifications like, are you sure you still want this app?
Yeah. Tom, what are you doing to me?
Did you mean to delete this? Remove it from phone? Yeah, but you know, if you weren't listening, if you don't watch the stream, we got a little pre-stream and
Tom, yeah. We
get a little wild. We get a little zany on it.
A little zany. Tom's video pregame is top notch.
Yeah. we get a good glimpse of what my algorithm looks like, and boy, it ain't pretty.
It's like infiltrating mine. It's like when you watch like one of those shows where like somebody's getting infected with something, you see the healthy blood cells turning black. It's just my algorithm like slowly being infiltrated by your by Anthony James Key.
It's you're being wait, the when Venom takes over takes over Tom Hardy.
Yep, exactly.
I can feel it coursing through my veins.
Your awful Instagram symbiote
Yeah.
taking over my phone.
All right, guys, welcome back. It's another week of this bullshit. We are back. It's the best friends podcast in the world. I am your host, Tom.
And I'm your other host, Dan.
We're gonna do some stuff. I'm excited about this episode, Dan, because
I feel like we get excited about it. We've done it before, right?
Oh yeah. I think multiple times.
Yeah, I was gonna say we bring this back almost as much as we bring back Nugget Nectar every year.
Yeah, it's a fun one to do. It definitely lends into some discussions that we've been having, a little theme of the year so far. But yeah, we're back for another episode. Give us a follow on all the podcast things and watch us live, I guess. Give us a comment. Give us a review on Apple and comments on Spotify. Still only one.
Still only one. Oh,
only
man.
one.
Just one man doing the Lord's work for us.
Yep. So the bit Stevie Johansson popping in on last week's episode, Wet Slumber.
That's great name.
He just commented, let's put lead in all the pencils. Post men's league hockey beers. That's his top beer.
Yeah, I could agree with that, man.
He also said vacation shower beers.
Ooh, never did the vacation shower with a beer. But it is the best place to do it. And there's so like in those little like outdoor like stalls.
Oh yeah.
There's like so many shelves for it too. Like perfect, like just put it right next to that soap that somebody left there from the previous rental.
Right. Yeah, that is a good one. And then he said trailer hitches for your beach wagon. I don't know what that means.
Trailer hitches for your beach wagon.
I didn't know what that was in reference to.
Yeah. We were talking about useful dad gadgets, and you were talking about having having your hands full at the beach this year, and we were talking about getting a beach wagon.
Trailer hitches for your I don't know where the
he's gonna have to draw us an example of what he's talking about.
Yeah, we're gonna need a mock-up.
Yeah, we're gonna need a mock-up.
Yeah, deadline is, let's say, by Saturday.
Yeah, or we can get it by next Monday. Just pop it in the comment section. Can you post an image?
He posts an image, and he ends it with "Go Birds, go Birds."
Who?
Sco Birds.
Birds.
So, we are in the year of 2020 vibes. Dan, the playlist is up.
Oh yeah,
it's created. It is up on Spotify. It is 2020 vibes, all spelled out.
Love it.
It's up to date. We are still vibing going into this episode, and it's Dan's turn.
This is grocery errands vibes tonight.
Yeah. Dan, you were bumping this while you were getting groceries tonight?
Yeah, this was picking up my Target order at pickup vibes.
Ooh, there you go. Little the circle spots.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, we are the best friends podcast in the world, and we are starting right now.
It's got one of those like beats that just make your head like you're just like tapping the steering wheel at the red light. Oh man. I'm a sucker for a steady beat and like an alt pop song.
Yeah. So that's Balanced by Future Islands, which was featured on not this song, but Future Islands David Letterman appearance was featured on a pre-show.
Yeah, it was a pregame from Tom.
Yeah. And it
yeah,
wasn't, I mean, it wasn't featured as like a shitty music. It was just it was a crazy performance.
You were like, check out this performance. I'm like, these guys are wild.
Mhm.
And I forgot about it. Yeah, I was watching a snowboard video, had a couple of Future Island songs on it. And I was vibing. And you were like, this is the band we watched on the podcast. I'm like, yo, Tom, you ever heard of this band, Future Islands? You're like, have you seen my glasses? Of course I have.
They're a great band.
Totally.
They're cool. It's a bassist, a keyboardist, and a drummer. There are no guitars in the band.
Yeah, it's got a cool. I love the keyboards, man. It's awesome,
Yeah.
and the steady bass on it with the drums. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, Dan. Let's get into this beer. We are going to be we're stubbying it up. If you can see on this.
Stop saying that. I appreciate it.
Dan feels personally attacked by the stubby comments. Dan, the corgi of this episode of this podcast.
Just dragging my belly around the house.
Splooting all over the place.
Oh yeah, I full sploot every morning with my yoga.
All right, so we are going back to the well. We're doing Coors Banquet. So Coors beer, first introduced by Adolf Coors. Founded in Argentina.
That was good. Woof.
April 1874. They blitzkrieg the beer market.
He does spell it with a PH, and he had in the 1800s. So I'm not going to hold it against him.
You're not tricking us. You're not fooling us.
You're not fooling us one bit.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Cue the can. It's been a while. Brewed in the
suspicious lines on either side of Banquet right there. They were on a flag.
Brewed in the Rockies, the Argentinian hillsides,
like the Sound of Music.
Yeah, for a uniquely crisp, clean, and drinkable mile high taste. I'm thinking it's a mile below taste. Something you'd really enjoy on a U-boat.
or your last beverage in a bunker.
Oh yeah. So it's a very Nuremberg-y type beer.
Stop it. Stop it. I don't want to associate this beer with. We got enough shit going on right now.
Man.
But I love Banquet beer though.
the people's beer. Oh man. Oh man. So we are drinking it out of the 1936 Stubby bottle.
Oh yeah.
This was a calculated move. Man, there's just Adolf all over this bottle.
Stop, man.
It's really all
I'm
over.
I'm trying to bring myself back to the Rockies here. Remember,
better times.
Love the art, not the artist. All right.
But yeah, we're drinking Coors Banquet. Obviously, it's a favorite of the podcast. But let's get a crack here and get talking about it.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Was it a twist off?
It most certainly was, Tom.
Okay. Well, I popped it for
sound effect.
Yeah, for the theatricals of it.
As you should. Cheers,
Daniel, Sancha. So I think we're gonna kind of harken back to last week's episode. drink one of these bad boys out of the Stubby bottle, give it a pour into a glass, and see which one is the proper way to drink this thing.
Ooh, I gotta grab a glass. I felt like the only proper way was to just kill it in a Stubby. I looked at the glasses. I went, not tonight, guys. Not tonight. Fellas, I'm raw dogging this beer.
I don't know. So the Stubby bottle definitely feels different. I like that I like the girth of it. You know, it's short.
It sits nice in your hand.
Yeah, it's short and thick. It's not like long and slender like a normal bottle.
Yeah, it's not hitting the bottom, but it's messing the sides up.
But there's something like the Stubby, like this lack of neck here.
Yeah, you're finding the sip to be like different. Just it attacks a little faster. Honestly, it drinks like a can. I think that's why I like it. I think that's why I like it.
You're saying, I can see what you're saying.
It's a motion that I'm like, you know, I don't feel awkward with like a bottleneck. And I was about to do the motion. For the stream, I'll do it. When you're out like this, like taking a sip. See that's like that. Yeah, that's awkward.
It gets in a little quicker.
It does get in a little quicker. It doesn't it doesn't take as long, like with the bottleneck. And like, you know, you keep trying, you're trying hard on the bottleneck, and you know your mascara is running. Your eyes start to water.
It's really hitting the adenoids.
It's really hitting the back of the throat there.
But yeah, we made the distinct. We've been talking about beer bottles versus cans, bottles versus glass.
Or the aluminum versus glass
controversy. Yeah. It's definitely not. We can't say it's the year of the bottle.
No, I don't think it's going to be the year of the bottle. I think it's going to be year of nostalgia for the bottle. People, I think people are going to, bring back bottles, but I don't think they're going to bring it back on a massive level like they did with cans. But
no,
things are happening around us that cans are going to be very expensive coming soon. So.
Yeah. And when you were in Colorado way, they I had Ryan on, and he pretty much emphatically said that the bottle will never be back as like a full replacement for the can.
Yeah.
It's just too expensive. You'll see it in like macro beers. That's not going to go away.
Yeah.
And you see some breweries, like Trogs, like the more well-established, like higher volume craft breweries will
higher volume, or like Old Guard.
Mm-hmm.
They've had that footprint of distribution in bottles, and that footprint is widely regarded by that older craft beer.
Yeah. And you see even like Trogs is not, they have their standard bottle lineup, right? Yeah. But they do Blizzard of Hops.
Yep.
Right. Prima Pills. Are they still doing
that's Victory.
No, not Prima Pill. What's their pills?
Sunshine Pills?
Yes, Sunshine Pills. I think they still do that in bottles.
Yeah. They do that. Troganator is still in a bottle. Perpetual.
Obviously Nugget Nectar. Perpetual, right?
Yeah, Perpetual is still in a bottle. I mean, they do a high amount of volume in bottles of their beers. I saw a Perpetual IPA in a 16-ounce tall boy, and I've never seen that before. I've always remembered the bottles, and I always remember it on draft. And first time I saw a 16-ounce Perpetual was just mind blowing to see it. It was like someone took the bottle label and stretched it across the entire can.
I was gonna say, I remember. I mean, I've seen it in 12-ounce cans in like their variety packs and stuff.
It just looks weird. It's like when you see like a limousine version of a car. Like you see, it's like a Lincoln Navigator. You're like, oh, it's cool, Lincoln Navigator. And then you see a Lincoln Navigator like limousine. You're like, oh,
Lincoln Navigator, the long way.
The long way.
The long way.
It's a Perpetual IPA in a 16-ounce. That's like that's the Navigator limousine.
How are you? How's this hitting, Dan?
It's delicious. You know what? I do regret not having a Coors in Colorado. I felt like everywhere I went, 12-ounce or these 12-ounce stubbies.
Yeah. So I did bring up a little bit of a history of the Stubby bottle.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
This was in 2023. That was Coors' 150th anniversary.
Wow.
And it's been 10 years. So right now we're sitting at 12 years since Banquet's iconic Stubby bottles returned to the market. It's inscribed with 1936 Stubby bottle above the artist's rendering of Colorado Creek. It was first introduced in 1936, shortly after Prohibition ended. The 12-ounce bottles were foreign to customers who were used to seeing Banquet an array of bottles, including 5, 8, and 11 ounces.
So
As
this
w-
was like the alcoholic's choice. Like we look at it now, we're like, the stubby bottle ain't that big. But back
Yeah.
then, this was like the 40-ounce. We're like,
Mhm.
oh look, Gerald's got another 12-ounce Banquet beer. He must be
So
going
they
through it.
so they had 12-ounce cans of it, which I would love to get, like an old-timey can, one of those ones that where it wasn't like a pop tab that goes down where it's like
Yeah.
and you had to like pull it back.
Yeah, the ones you had to pull them back instead of popping them in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like pulled it back and then turned it.
Yeah. So Heidi Harris says that consumers weren't particularly happy with the Stubby bottle because they thought they were getting shorted, which I mean that's great pun.
You know
Great
what?
pun.
Fuck off. I'm tired of all this like short hate. Tired of it.
All this heightism.
This heightism of beer bottles is really burning my toast right now.
So they're being shorted on the amount of beer. Since it was shorter, they thought they were getting less beer when in reality it was 12 ounces. Some labels even said same as the tall bottle. Oh my God. Just spelling it out for the retarded people.
I feel like
Really?
if I didn't, get into a relationship before online dating, that would be my tagline on Tinder.
Same as the tall bottle.
Same as the tall bottle.
Same as the tall men.
Yeah, it would just be same as the tall bottle, and that's it. That's a great any short kings out there. That's a great tagline for your Tinder. Do it.
Honestly, a good it's a good name for the episode. I'm writing that down.
Yeah, write it down right now.
Same as the tall bottle.
I gotta say, if Experimental's listening to this right now, man, get out there.
Wow, Dan.
I don't know any short kings other than myself. I'm like trying to think of other ones that listen to the podcast. Stevie Joe's a freaking some sort of giant.
Yeah, no, I was saying wow because the foreshadowing for my glass.
Oh, experimental glass. Nice.
Wild. I mean, it's shorter than the other bottle, the other can glass. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, hit the button.
Cancel. It's the same as the other can glasses. It might be shorter, but it's the same as the tall can glasses.
Say tall can glasses 5 times fast. See if you don't get canceled.
Oh, yeah. You're going to say a lot of bad things in that. Coors had a good reasons for changing the packaging. With the Stubby bottle, more product could fit on the trucks destined for Banquet's 11-state distribution area. Probably, you know what? Probably helped old Bandit get that get those Coors to Texarkana way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Get those Coors Light beers in his Firebird's trunk to get to the other side.
What happened here?
What'd you
Did
do?
that just like delete this file?
The files are in the computer?
Oh. Huh. Interesting.
You don't have these bound down anymore?
Man, no, it disconnected Bluetooth.
Bummer.
Yeah, what the hell?
That's what
Yeah, I
happens when
don't
we
know.
start talking about so but I do feel it is definitely a wider bottle because it has to be stubby and it's more comfortable in my hand. It feels like drinking out of a can. Honestly, drinking out of a stubby bottle, I like it because I like drinking out of cans versus bottles. So
Yeah, yeah, something feels unnatural about it. I mean, I love the look of it.
yeah, there is an aesthetic option to it too. Like
If
I
they
feel
could,
like I'm holding it at the bottom, like I hold a can too, because I always
yeah,
hold it like towards the bottom a little bit.
um,
Because I never like fully like wrap my bear claw around a freaking can. I always kind of hold it towards the end. Like I'm not trying to like heat it up with my mitts. And I feel like I'm doing that here with this. I do the same with bottles too, like taller bottles, but I have to like awkwardly like pull it out to take a sip.
okay.
Yeah, because you have it and you're just like,
Just
ooh.
got to
This
pull
I'm
it
just
out.
like,
Sometimes you just got to pull it out to take a sip.
because sometimes you gotta go like this. I don't know.
If they
That's
could,
really for the audio listeners, like, what the fuck is he doing? I'm like, that's really for the visual right there.
if they could somehow vortex this bottle, just
Could you imagine the vortex that would
the
pour out of this
vortex
thing?
around here. Oh my god, it
It's
would shoot through the back
a
of
wider
people's
area.
throats.
Yeah. Kurt Cobain, everyone with these beers.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Tom, I thought we were in the tree of trust.
We
The
know,
trust tree here.
Dan, I appreciate where you went there. So within 4 years, Coors Banquet returned to long necks and continued to be sold in cans. Fast forward a few decades, just a few decades to the mid
Yeah.
2000s, and the brand was on a roll, finding growth in the off premise. But on premise sales told a different story. Adrian Benkonovich.
Butchering it.
Yeah, probably. Benkovic. He said a lot of the growth was rooted in the brand's authenticity. All facets of the brand were growing, except in the on-premise. Simply put, we were trying to find a solution to the on-premise problem. I don't know what the on-premise means.
Drinking beer at a bar.
Oh, okay. I thought they
So
meant like at the Coors brewery, and I was like, is that like a
no, I think just
that an
banquet beer
option?
wasn't popular enough, and maybe they were trying
Makes
to
sense.
make something a little more boutique, like bring back the stubby bottle. I mean, it definitely. Hold on, there's one thing I do with cans that I've never done with a stubby bottle. Oh my god, even the tone is better. Tone is better than a long neck, man. It's got bass to it. It's yeah.
Yeah, it's got some solid body to it. So they were trying. You know what? Cracking one of these, it's almost like I can smell cigarette smoke and I can hear a popcorn maker in the corner.
Yeah, like 38 specials playing on the stereo.
Oh yeah, it feels like wood paneling on the wall.
Yeah, this is a VFW. This is an American Legion right here. This is the Polish American Citizens Club in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, baby.
This bar is carpeted for some reason.
Yeah, there's carpet, and you know what? My hooves do not mind. You ever step into a carpeted bar, you go, you know what? This is sensible. This feels good.
This is this
like
makes sense.
It's like sliding into a pair of Keds where you're like, ooh, it's nice and cozy.
A new draft handle didn't help as Banquet competed with fast-turning domestic lights and an onslaught of insurgent craft brands. Ooh, those dang insurgent craft brands.
Man, they make craft beer like ISIS. Old Adolf over there.
Yeah, Victory and Trogs just hitting those taps like and yelling Allahu Akbar.
Yeah. Old Coors over here is looking for a final solution to that insurgent craft beer problem.
You know, blonde hair, blue-eyed Coors is just sitting in the corner, plotting it, biding its time.
Coors Banquet, my struggle.
Good God.
Hold on, Tom. Hold on. I got it. Minecraft. Oh, perfect. I had to get it out before I started cracking up.
Oh man. There's a lot of jokes in there.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there for our audio and streaming folks right there. I didn't mean to bring back Adolf, but it was a perfect opportunity.
Eventually the stubby bottle came back. But I think there has been Dylan came back right in time. Dylan. I feel like there's been a very big resurgence in Miller High Life and banquet beer. I feel like there's a lot of shift towards, they're not going to take over the market share of like the Coors Light and the Miller Lights.
Absolutely true.
I feel like ready for the World War II lesson. Oh my gosh.
Boy, Dylan, wait. Get the whole audio.
I do think some of those light beer drinkers have shifted. And I think it's a lot of like people like us, Dan, like craft beer drinkers that we want to go macro, but we don't want to go with not necessarily the light beer. This is almost like the banquet and the high life are kind of like that, like intermediary, like that the Venn diagram, the middle sliver of the Venn diagram.
Yeah,
of craft and macro.
I don't want to use the term, but I feel like it's unavoidable, but it's like boutique macro, like high life and like banquet PBR. These are, I would put them in that like boutique, like macro beers that like the more, the more people who kind of stray from like the normal beers and kind of go for, craft beer, but still want to go back to normal beers every now and then. Like we have our top three. Like I don't stray away from the path. Like, I mean, High Life's usually my number one choice. If I see Banquet on, and I'm in the mood, it's Banquet. And then PBR is like, the foundation, the old reliable.
Dan, you almost say like this is almost like the perfect race of.
I hate that you just swung that back around. I tried to bury it and you did it. Now, Tom, I don't know if I've ever had Banquet on draft or like in a glass. I've only ever had Banquet. And what's funny is I've had it in cans and I've had it in stubbies because I feel like when the resurgence came, it was like big in the city wides that were going around.
Oh yeah. And you could see that the Instagram post we put
up. I mean, that was the iconic citywide was the Banquet and a shot. So
I might, you know what, Dan? I might go grab a little shot ski, do a shot in a beer.
Well, Tom, you do you, man. You do you.
But look, I mean, I just poured it into a glass.
I know. Look at the clarity on that. It is a beautiful beer.
Right? It's beautiful. You have experimental in here. It looks great. Looks fantastic. I'm just gonna give it a little sip here, Dan.
I couldn't wait. I had to crack the second one just because they are going down so nicely. They drink like cans again. I'm just kind of reiterate on that. It's a faster drinker in my opinion, but it's not faster per like I'm taking more sips, but I'm taking more sips at a faster rate with this one. Oh, he's going to the whiskey. He's going to his whiskey corner. Damn, you went for the plastic bottle. You went for the plastic bottle, Tom?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
have plastic bottles in my house.
I don't have my stash.
I think if you throw that outside, your neighbors are gonna like call the cops and say there are like vagrants in your neighborhood.
We haven't seen them, but there's homeless around somewhere.
I saw the Jim Beam out there. You're like, yeah, totally. It's definitely vagrants.
There's
You're walking your dog, just like dropping your plastic bottles out there.
no, they wouldn't see it. I keep it wrapped in a paper bag, man.
Oh, must be a vagrant here.
All right. Then Jim Beam, shot in a beer.
Hey, shot of beer. Cheers,
Citywide.
man. I mean, I gotta salute you. Damn, look at him go.
For the
See,
birds. For the
yeah,
birds.
I mean that's commitment right there. Commitment to the banquet beer. Yeah, bringing it back to the Citywide, which kind of reignited banquet beer for me. I
Yeah.
remember there was a couple times in college that we got based on like sale, we got a banquet keg for the house.
Ooh.
Because they were just like, hey, we're not selling banquet kegs, like, and we're doing like a deal. It was at like Spaz Beverage down Westchester. And they were just like, we're not selling banquet kegs as frequent. So they put them on like a discount.
Right.
And we had a banquet night. And I think that was there were like 2 kegs I can remember in college that were just like lights out. It was Yingling and Banquet. Like all the time it was Natty, you know, you got the cheap beers all the time, but there were those times where like you got like a pretty decent beer, and getting like Yingling was, you know, a little pricey, but man, it was great.
The banquet for me, when I think of banquet beer, and especially for citywides, I think of my local bar in Brooklyn when I lived in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
especially when you came up.
Well, yeah, you reignited the pill bottles for me
Yeah.
because they had the pill bottles.
No,
that
it
day.
wasn't the pill bottles. It
Oh,
was
it
the
wasn't. No,
pounder.
it was the pounder. Yeah, it was a pounder.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
because
was
I
a
remember
can.
it wasn't a draft. It was it was in a vessel. So yeah, it was cans. Okay.
Yeah, it was like $5 and was a shot in a beer, and it was a well whiskey, and I was like, Dan, there's whiskey, and they just slammed the giant can of Coors Banquet beer in front of you.
That was a crazy place because, again, like, you know, harkening back to like these being like the boutique macros, it was a dive bar at the bottom with like a spiral staircase to like an artsy little seating area at the top.
Yeah, overlooked everybody, like the
that overlooked the dive bar.
yeah, that you could look down on, like that meme. Like
Yeah,
that,
the meme of like the elites.
yeah.
And it was like a library up there too. It was like hella artsy. Like if Brooklyn
Yeah.
was like making that change, and that second floor proved it right there. Because down at the bottom there was carpeted floor and darts, and then up at the top was library.
Mhm. Yeah, that was my watering hole.
Yeah, that was a cool spot.
That
Was my first official citywide actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was same here. That was like the first time I experienced a citywide. Before it was, I didn't even knew it was called a citywide. You know, it was just shot in a beer, $5. Like that was the best deal.
Yeah, that was the early aughts. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
It was cool finding that out, and then like you would hear it in passing over the next couple of years, being like, and I always harken back to that play. I'm gonna say harken one more time. I'm gonna put a bullet in my brain. You said it, and now it's in my head. You did a harken at the beginning of the podcast, and I'm harkening
your brain.
I've been harkening back on everything this entire time. I'm out of here. I'm shutting off my audio right now.
We yeah, I just remember like the banquet beer, and we were both like, banquet beer.
Yeah.
It just, you know,
surely you mean this champagne of beers.
And I definitely no, I'm not even that. Like even High Life at the time, if somebody put a High Life in front of you, you're like, High Life.
Yeah. There was something.
High Life.
That's like the only tall bottle I like, because man, it was just, I don't know, something about it.
I remember it was that, and there was another bar that actually had a library in it. They had a library in it, and bocce ball inside the bar.
Indoor bocce ball? How
Yeah,
does that work? Italians will find a way to play that game anywhere.
But they had Natty Bow.
Oh.
In Natty Bow Pounders.
In New York.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Baltimore just invading.
Yeah, I remember Natty Bow Pounders, and I was like, oh, That looks like the Pringles guy. I will
See-
drink that.
See, I would think like maybe Gansett, but Natty Bo's that's a different one.
Yeah. Yeah, it was Natty Bell.
Nice.
Dan, I found this article.
Okay.
It was the 2024 year in beer.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Put out.
Cool. Can't wait to hear someone else's opinion about beer again that I'm just gonna shit on.
Well, Dan.
Who
So
wrote this? Alan.
this is who's
This is my year in beer
ghosting
review.
us, Dan. Well, I'll put it out there. I put out an invite for Alan to come on the podcast.
I know, and now I'm taking it personal.
Mhm. He accepted our message request and
Ooh.
has since ghosted us.
Oh, so we can see that he has read the.
He hasn't read it. He's accepted because for a while it said like this person has to accept your message invite.
What we're not worthy. We're not worthy, Tom.
No, I guess not. And I will bring it up with Richie.
We have to grovel at the foot of his La Fin du Monde 45-ounce bottle that he's drinking, or something like I don't know how big a bottle of that beer gets, but I know he's had the biggest.
I want to have a conversation with him. I want to have a legitimate conversation. Squash the beef.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a one-sided beef.
I want to highlight like just key ones that we just like our key like head shakers and just get his response.
Yeah.
Like,
I want to be truthful with him. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and be like, oh yeah, well, you're doing so well. Whoa, you got such a great take on beer. No, I want to be like,
now we're the grizzled social media craft beer veterans that never got above 1,200 followers, but man, we've been hitting the pavement hard.
Yeah, I mean,
our beer guts tell a story, Tom.
I do want to I want to ask him like, what were you thinking here?
Yeah.
Where was your mind at?
Ooh, thought process. Yeah, I want to unpack the head scratchers, the ones that we are just like, I'm at a loss. Like, I don't know how he compares these.
Because we've made fun of him a ton.
Yes.
And like, I can, if he knows, we know inside baseball, we know that he knows who we are.
Yeah.
Right. We've heard it.
Yeah.
He knows what
he can't play. He can't play dumb anymore. We know.
He knows that things have been said. Right. We'll put it all out on the table. Look, we've said this. And I think for most of our chat, it's the same thing. And I listened to the episode, the Brewdad episode with him, and he's kind of turned me a little bit. Ooh. He just seems like a genuine dude. Ooh. Just likes beer. He happens to have like a daughter and a son-in-law that are both on social media and know how to work it, and kind of got him into it. And look, the guy is enjoying some success. Does he have the best takes? Not all the time. No.
And I think that's what helps him, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like he takes these he makes these wild takes about beer that he knows are just going to generate a reaction.
Do you think that's it? See, I almost think he's ignorant to it. I think he's making these takes, and I think what is drawing people to him is that he's just throwing these things out there, and it's like
just throwing it at the wall, see if it sticks.
Yeah. And that's a good question that we would ask him, is like, are you doing this on purpose? Like, is this, when you're saying like Sierra Nevada as a beach beer, if you don't like Corona as a beach beer, or if you like Corona as a beach beer.
And this is coming from a guy whose desert island beer is Sierra Nevada. I am at a loss, sir.
Yeah. Which he even addressed too, because he talked about desert island beer, and it was like, he didn't want to do desert island beer. He wanted to do death row beer. Like the last beer you'll ever drink.
I can never look at La Fin du Monde ever like the same way ever again.
Which when
Every time I see it, I just want to like take it off the shelf and just knock it onto the ground. Be like, oh no, it broke. I gotta go, guys. Sorry, Giant, and just walk out.
do they have Le Fin du Monde at Giant?
Oh, absolutely.
Do they?
Yeah, it's in like the there's like a tiny little European section. They have it at Wegmans too.
Okay.
Like
Wegmans, I'm not
yeah,
as surprised about.
it's honestly more commercial than you think. Like it comes in these it comes in 12-ounce 6-packs, so or 12-ounce 4-packs.
Hmm.
Like
Um,
standard bottles too.
He even said on the Brew Dat podcast, he was like, oh, you know, people have done desert island beers. I wanted to do Death Row Meal. And I thought that was a little tip of the cap to us, because we used to do the desert island beer
Yeah, but
as part of our questions to brewers.
yeah, exactly. And we have the stipulations to that too.
Mhm.
That would make it more than just like it's not just desert island, like weather and like
Yeah.
being like that. It's it's almost like the variables, the constants are taken. Like there's variables that are taken out.
Yeah, it was more so like if you could drink one beer for the rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly.
With a theme that we are so fond of. So in summation, Alan, come on the podcast. We will have a genuine conversation with you. We want to learn more about you, buddy. We're local.
Yeah.
We can hang out. You can teach us the finer arts of running, which we so desperately need.
I'm good on that. I got too many sports that kill my knees, man. Like I don't need any more impact.
So let's get into this year in beer, Dan.
Let's go.
It's brought to us by the Brewers Association.
Oh, okay. So experts.
Cool. Ish. Nice. Awesome. And it's out of Boulder, Colorado. So staying on theme, Dan.
Man, I'm gonna move out there. If I can learn how to breathe out there, I'll move out there.
So the not-for-profit trade association dedicated to small and independent American craft brewers. The Brewer Association survey, craft saw a slightly more significant estimated decline in production, a 2% decline compared to the full year of 2023, 1% in 2023. So it doubled the decline.
Okay. Oof.
There were no significant year-over-year variations in sales volume share by channel, and one distributed channel did not overtake another, suggesting a balance between where consumers are purchasing and where breweries are supplying.
Okay, so that was one of the questions. Like, it really sounds like, to bring that first like paragraph in, they're saying craft beer is overall in a decline.
Yeah.
And then I guess they're talking about channels, which would be what, like the takeout versus like draft sales, I guess.
Yeah.
Might be talking about, because in boots on the ground, I'm seeing the takeout like decreasing over the last couple of years, but I've seen the tap room like coming out of the pandemic, like the tap room experience, like people drinking beers on draft has been just like that little yodeler on The Price is Right, just like yodel, 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 just going up, man.
But or is it like more like the balance between like in-house consumption versus distribution consumption, like distribution sales? Like, we don't know. In the second half of the year, Q3 scan data, yada yada yada, suggested weaker performance than the first half of the year.
Okay.
Though there have been some deceleration of declines in recent periods, this suggests a full year number may be weaker than the mid-year estimate. Cool.
Well, yeah, the beginning of the year it's tough to gauge the direction of craft beer if you're coming into January, February, because that dry January, people say like, oh, it's not so bad, like it doesn't affect the industry. It affects the industry. You have no idea. It's surprising how many people participated in this that I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And like they just come back out of the woodwork in February and like hands in their pockets, like, "Hey, sorry I've been gone." like I feel like the date that got ghosted. I'm like, "Oh, you're back."
Yeah, I mean, if you're participating in dry January, if that's like a thing to you,
Sober October, dry January. It means you drink too much, then maybe you should just drink in moderation all the time.
yeah. Yeah. So craft has been going through a painful period of rationalization as demand growth has slowed and retailers and distributors look to simplify their offerings or add options for flavor and variety outside of the craft category. Said Bart Watson, Vice President of Strategy and Membership of the Brewers Association. That said, breweries have reacted to these changes by focusing on distribution, continuing to innovate in their tap rooms and brew pubs, creating groups and partnerships, and offering a wider range of beverages in their portfolios.
So those three kind of steps that they highlight right there is one, like improvements to the tap room. Like the tap room experience is coming back. It's awesome too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it went from us like grabbing beer like from a soulless takeout window. Like, you get your takeout beer from like a brewery in
yeah.
the pandemic. You're just like, here, have a good day. You walk out. And then we would come on here and on a podcast and talk about craft beer. Now, like it's kind of cool in some ways, and I like it. I'll get the random customer and we just talk about craft beer. Like it becomes like a taproom experience is like a craft beer podcast at that point, where you're getting varied opinions from them. You're hearing about like their take on the craft beer industry, hearing about what beers they're stoked on and things like that. And it becomes like a discussion almost every day. There's at least one, at the most, like a ton of people who want to just talk craft beer. Like the taproom experience is making people more informed about the industry, which is cool.
Yeah. Coming in like the Kevin James meme.
That's what I was saying. Like when they come out of the dry January or in February, like, "Hey, how's it going?" And they go hard too. I just had a customer come back from dry January and just put in mileage. I was like, "Brother," and he's like,
What's
"It's
the
all right."
point?
He's like, "I'm Ubering home." I'm like, "All right, well, man, you went hard."
Yeah, what was the point of dry January when you're just going to make up for it in the first weekend in February?
Yeah, just the gloves were off, man.
So by the numbers, the number of small and independent craft breweries in operation in the U.S. in 2024 totaled 9,736. Throughout the year, the Brewery Association has tracked 335 new brewery openings and 399 closings. So closings are outpacing the openings.
By a small margin, though, too.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's not that. Like if you're looking at overall, this is like the country.
Yeah.
Or is this okay?
Country.
Country, yeah. So I mean, that's a small margin. Like
Yeah.
they're neck and neck right there.
Despite the slight decline in numbers of breweries in operation, closings remain a low percentage of total operating breweries. The craft beer industry supported nearly 460,000 jobs nationwide, fostering local economies and creating opportunities. Craft beer's contribution to the U.S. economy reached an impressive $77.1 billion, demonstrating its vital role in the broader beverage market. Hottest market trends. Dan, what do you think the hottest market trends are?
I will market trends for craft beer. I would say, I would say smaller 12-ounce cans. I would say like smaller cans. I would say NA options as well.
Number one, non-alcoholic beer boom.
Yeah, it's big, man, and we've got some things in the works to discuss that in about 2 weeks. So,
Yep, with the growing demand for mindful drinking, non-alcoholic beer sales soared. Scan dollars up 30% year over year from January through October as brewers refine their technique to deliver flavor-packed options. So again, I talked to Ryan about this, and we kind of talked about like how it doesn't, it's weird because,
It's not brewing that's gonna change though, like,
right.
it's on the production side, like, especially in our area, there is one company that's doing everybody's,
Okay.
NA beers, so what you're doing, they're brewing your standard, like, uh, best example right now, and, keep that cancel button going, is, Tired Hands. Um Tired Hands, they have their Alien Church and they have their N Alien Church, and it's a similar brew, but what happens is it goes through a pasteurization process at the canning. So it's canning companies that are coming in with this pasteurization method where they could take the beer and they just make it non-alcoholic in the canning process.
Interesting. So we talked about with Ryan, it being a lot of times more expensive to do an NA version,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the process.
Absolutely. I mean, you are cutting out the like, the fermentation. So like you might be actually saving some money on maybe like utilities for that because you don't have to have a beer fermenting for long periods of
Mhm.
time. But you know, from what I see here, it's a lot of these companies and talking with some other brewers, it's like this pasteurization method in the canning is like what a lot of people are doing. And there's a company, I think it's like in the middle of our state that's kind of doing everybody. Like
Hmm.
they do like Tired Hands, they're doing, yeah, and this will be something to bring up in an episode in a couple weeks, just to kind of gauge like, hey, how are you guys approaching NA with your beer?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't particularly, and again go back to the episode with Ryan a couple weeks ago. I don't completely get the NA trend as far as like, I know like people are like trying to be healthier, but is NA really a more healthy option? You're still
No,
getting the calories, you're still getting the
we,
carbs.
we talked about that actually on an episode about NA last year or possibly the year before. We had an article we pulled up on Beer Advocate, not Beer Advocate. What was it? Oh, here we go. It was Beer Advocate. It was in their beer news. They were talking about just the average like calories and what goes into these NA beers. And sometimes there's like more sugars, there's more calories,
Mhm.
more carbs in these NA options. You
And they
know,
think that it's just because it's NA, like it means it's more healthy.
yeah. To be honest, you shouldn't be at and again, like I'm not trying to tell like people who haven't established sobriety and things like that they need to change. But if you're a craft beer enthusiast and you are like steering 100% into NA, you should be looking at just low ABV options to get still the taste of
Yeah.
fermentation. Like the craft beer is like the art of fermentation and getting these beers, like that's some of the reason why we're drinking them. Like,
Yeah.
and you're ripping these out of these beers. I mean, and Alien Church, like Alien Church is one of those hazies that everyone like regards, but an Alien Church, it's got taste. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, you're taking out key elements that make that beer.
Yeah, I mean, you're better off drinking like a hop tea or
Yeah,
one of those they're not technically like, they're really just a hopped beverage. They're not really an NA option.
yeah, I've been in Colorado. Hop water is huge.
Yeah,
A
hop
lot
water.
of the breweries have like a hop water. We did one at Rebel. Doug did a just put some Simcoe and Citra and into a water and carbed it up. And I've actually just been passing out samples of it to just gauge popular opinion. Like, would this be like you're in between beers and you just kind of want to sip on something like and kind of get that flavor, but
Well,
it's just water,
yeah,
it's carbonated water.
we talked about in the past, especially like during the pandemic, like it coming out of the pandemic, I guess. Like I really got into like hop tea.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, the hop
where it was
lark.
Yeah.
company was great.
Yeah. Where it was like I could have like an IPA, like driving around, I could have the taste of an IPA without any of the like alcohol repercussions.
Yeah, exactly.
So the second part is focus. After years of unfettered innovation ruling the industry, brewers are focusing more on building off of production and models where they found success. And then hospitality. Breweries embraced new ways to emphasize a customer experience, from offering diverse
Yeah.
dining options, cocktails, and mindful drinking options to family-friendly activities such as menu for kids to color.
Yeah, I mean, it's the tap room experience. The menu for kids to color, didn't need that part, but
Look, I mean, it's a very divisive issue. We've covered it in the past.
yeah.
Um, Having a family-friendly environment, uh,
Yes.
put in the damn slide,
Yes.
Ryan.
Put in the damn slide, Ryan. Ryan
Look,
Ryan is this close. He's said it so many times that he's never gonna do it, but one day we're gonna see
and if
that
you
IG post, and there's gonna be a fucking playground
and
at
look,
Warwick.
and if
Calling it
you
right
know
now, in the next couple of years, it's happening.
if you know anything about Ryan, if he says it's never going to happen, you can put easy
Pen to
money.
paper.
It
Pen to paper.
will happen. It's guaranteed to happen.
That's a signed binding contract that
Yeah.
yes, it's going to happen. There's going to be a mulch playground at Warwick in the next
Oh, you
couple of
mean the
years.
same guy that said live music will never happen at Warwick Farm?
Yeah, here, hold my giant concert platform.
Yeah. Yeah, so there, a lot of our listeners are, and us included, we're parents, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of being able to go out to a brewery, it includes like bringing your kid along.
Yeah. Like, I'm fine with kid-friendly, like, menu options. I
Mhm.
don't need a packet of crayons and stuff. Like, we pack for it. Like, we're
Yeah,
ready. Like,
right.
we've got the crayons. We've got everything else. Like, you don't need to inundate us with that. You don't need to go 100%. You give us 75 to 80 with a good menu, and when we're happy, we're there.
Yeah, and we again, we've talked about it a ton. It's all about parenting, like bring your kid to a brewery and
It's like the
parent,
arguments for like
parent. Yeah.
firearms. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. It's like kids don't don't affect a brewery's like vibe. It's the parents not doing anything that affects the vibe.
Right. And then major events of 2024, GABF, World Cup, and Beer Weeks. October's GABF welcome to more than 40,000 attendees, featured 2,500 plus beers from 500 plus breweries, highlighting the best American craft beer, ciders, RTDs, hard teas, and kombuchas.
RTDs are getting big right now, man. RTDs are coming in hot.
Yeah. We have a local one that just started.
Yeah, I was gonna pick up a 6-pack of it. It's by the same people who do like the Hello 422.
Mhm.
It's like those guys and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
not pizza.
Yeah, not pizza. Seems like a cool option. I saw it at Parktown. I almost picked it up, but I was in panic mode because I couldn't find pill bottles of banquet beer.
Which, wow, what a drop in the ballpark down. It wasn't in the coolers?
It was in the
Like
coolers.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was in with all the RTDs. Like you go in like to
Oh,
the cooler
really?
to the right. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, top left corner.
okay.
Man, I am helping you get not pizza right now in the Royersford,
Oh,
Montgomery
no.
County.
No, I meant the pill bottles.
Oh yeah, pill bottles, RTDs. I don't know, man. I do. If I'm having an RTD, man, I think I'm having a can.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, not pizza. It's RTDs are tough, man, because it's like you can have some good ones, like obviously like the surf sides are fantastic.
Yeah, Surfside's great.
You can get some really good ones. You get some garbage ones. Like, hate to say it, Sea Isle iced tea. RTDs,
Not the best.
horrible.
There's a Wildwood one that sucks too.
Horrible. A lot of
Yeah.
them, not great. It's poor execution. Just slapping a label on it and be like, people are going to buy it. And guess what? People do buy it because it has a label on it. CLST flies off the shelf because of that label.
Tom, I'm seeing another one too, and it could go in line with our 2020 vibes. Have you seen the vibes yet?
No,
They look like Vita Coco. They're in like one of those like cartons. It's like a
No.
carton drink. Yeah, it's
no.
like it's an RTD in like a wax carton kind
Oh
of thing.
man, that will go along with our year and that beanie.
I mean, it looks like it's pretty good, but it appears that everybody's pouring it out. Like it's one of those things you pour out into like a glass of ice.
You know what? I think I just saw something about this, and it's
The
not,
commercials have been like going on off like lately about them.
I heard it's not very good.
Yeah, that's so it looks like it's gonna suck, but part of me is digging the marketing and I kind of want to try it.
I mean, we can start doing RTD episodes. I mean, we can start doing NA episodes. I mean, that's probably not going to be very fun.
No.
it's
I mean, RTDs might sound more interesting. Like
GABF is doing a RTD. They did RTD quicker than they were accepting of smoothie sours.
Yeah, they went to RTDs. They're like, oh, God. There was like the one like it was like what 450 North.
Yeah,
was like, excuse me, you didn't do smoothie sours yet. Did I stutter? We're doing RTDs.
yeah, that's the year in beer, Dan.
You know what? It kind of I mean, our 2024 year in podcast is most discussions kind of hovering around that.
Yeah,
We talked highly of taproom experiences, especially like the kid controversies and all that. We've talked about that taproom experience coming back. And RTDs too. We've beaten acronyms into the ground.
Yeah. Maybe next week we do an RTD episode.
Yeah, I could could have honestly, I feel like if we're going to do not pizza, I'm gonna eat pizza while I drink it.
I mean, don't tempt me with a good time, Dan.
Yeah, you want to go split skis on a stuffed crust pizza?
Ooh. Now you're talking. You know what, Dan? Tell you what, stuffed crust pizza, order it, throw it in the fridge, eat it the next day.
Yeah, you already know how I feel about cold pizza, man. I do it all the time.
Yeah, but the stuffed crust pizza, cold the next day, way better.
You know what? I love it. I love it nice, cold, little 15 seconds just to get the crust soft. Just little 15 seconds in the microwave just to get the crust soft, and then
get the oils going.
Yeah. Ooh, speak my language, Tom.
All right, Dan. We got things to discuss.
Things in the
yeah, maybe next week we do a little RTD. We feature. Maybe we reach out to the not pizza guys.
Yeah, we could reach out, see if somebody wants to come on a little stream quick, talk not pizza.
Yeah. But yeah, we're we could do a lot of stuff for 2025. We got stuff cooking. We got a great episode in line.
2 weeks.
2
weeks.
2 weeks.
Start the reactor.
Yeah. So pay attention to what we got going on social media. Check out what we're going to do next week. RTDs on the table.
Yeah, we're going to throw RTDs on the table. Either way, if we can't get them on there, we're still going to do RTDs. I feel like I want to try this vibe. I want to see what the hype is. And yeah, let's see what Not Pizza is all about. That's nice and hyper local for us.
Yeah. All right, guys. This has been Best Friends Podcast, episode 247. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
All right, we are done.
We are done.
All right. I'm gonna I'll send a message to. Do they have a Not Pizza page, or is it just through Hello 422?
Nope. They have a Not Pizza Instagram.
Do they?
Yep. Yeah, I think it's like drink not pizza.
Drink not pizza. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna message them. Let's see.
I think, and I've heard rumors that it's made somewhat local too. So I'd like to hear what they say about that.
Hey guys, we are a local podcast to you that focuses on craft beer. We
Hold on.
are
I want to make the sounds for you.
we're making oh, I got one. Hold on, Dan. I got one. I got it, Dan. What? Oh, hold on. I don't think I'm not connected to Bluetooth. That never mind. Damn it. Damn it.
God damn it.
Damn it. It's connected. All right, whatever. Damn it, Dan. Man, it stinks to restart. Oh, shut up. Shut up, Siri. I don't even know how to restart this. I don't know how to restart a newer iPad.
you're getting so boomer now.
Oh, there we go. It's just like it's like the phone. You gotta hit the volume button too.
All right, let's hop off the stream and we'll recite our love letter to them.
Yeah. All right. Thanks guys. See you next week.
See you.